Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Sunday, February 4th, 2024. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads predictions here for you today. We got 4 picks that I think are great value bets for this Sunday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Still on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Let's try to get that knocked out today, guys. We're about 60 away. Very confident we get that done today. Appreciate all of you guys as always. Make sure you guys follow us over on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more picks, content, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. A great way to keep up with us there. Also be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. I'll have a link down below in the comment section and description for that. It's absolutely free. You get access to the chat, get more ideas for research, and things of that sort. I'm also in there, so a great way to connect with our community as well. Also, drop your favorite pick down below for today's action. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll put your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and description for that. The cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to our plays early, which is the biggest perk of all that, and that's honestly been huge, especially of late. Yesterday, we'll talk about that here in a minute as far as the line movement goes, but it's the cost of about a coffee per month. Like I said, $3.99 to get access to our plays early. You get a badge next to your name, roll call in the Discord, shout outs on our video, and also just a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVPs. We had 6 signups this year. You guys absolutely killed it yesterday. We had Lewis the 10th, or Lewis X, XX Savage XX, Chris Morin, Noah Bell, Super Thug, and Daryl Fry. I can't believe I just said Super Thug like that. But yeah, those are our signups. I appreciate all of you guys for signing up. You guys' support means the world to me, so I appreciate all of you guys. Check out that link down below. And yeah, so the notes were posted about 2 to 3 hours in advance of the video that you're watching now, if you guys are curious about that. All right, let's get after today now with our recap from yesterday. It's a great recap, guys. We brought out the broom. We got the 3-0 sweep. We love to see it, guys. Once again, this has been a very common friend on our channel, which we like to see that. We ended up cashing Austin Reeves over 14.5 points. He ends up having 22. He had 3 at halftime. Absolutely went berserk in the second half, which is what we like to see. And then we had Devin Vassell under 31.5 PRAs. He lands with 31. Now, I know this is kind of what I'm talking about with the line movement. We posted this at 31.5 when the video came out. By the time the day closed, it was at 28.5. Huge difference, which is kind of wild. But I know some people did cash that I talked to, but there was definitely a bunch that definitely didn't yesterday. So even in our parlay that we posted on FanDuel, we actually missed because we had it 30.5 on FanDuel. It was minus 120 at that time on DraftKings. But we missed our for the sweet parlay, which I took that off of our unit count, obviously, but we still cashed our straight on it on DraftKings. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Sometimes it works out that way. We had something similar with Jaren Jackson Jr. the other day where it worked on the reverse. A lot of people got it at 35.5 because it actually went up later in the day. He landed at 35. We had it at under 34.5. So I guess that's just a way of evening out, I guess, but it's just, it still does kind of suck, I'm not going to lie. But we also have Brandon Podziemski over 3.5 assists. He ends up with 5. That was my favorite play of the day. It ends up cashing fairly easily, even with him getting hurt. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on him going forward as well. So that was our recap. As far as our comment cappers, we had Bet with the Boys, calling the Los Angeles Lakers plus 4.5 spread. Cash that as well. But let's get back after today, guys, with these 4 picks we got today. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, let's get this 4-0 sweep, guys. We got Denny Avdija, under 12.5 rebounds and assists here for the Washington Wizards. Minus 110 odds here on DraftKings. Guys, honestly, I really love this one. I know Kyle Kuzma is not going to be in the lineup here for the Wizards today, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. He's under in 9 of his last 10 games, 8 out of his last 10 at home, under in 5 of his last 10, 6 of his last 10 without Kyle Kuzma. So still very capable of cashing this line without Kuzma. And really, this is about the matchup, guys. The Suns allow the fewest rebounds and the second fewest assists to small forwards, the fifth fewest rebounds, and the second fewest assists to power forwards. So whether Avi is lining up at small forward or power forward, which would be lining up at one of those two positions, Suns are great against both, which I like seeing that. And I think here, I'm looking at the blowout potential of this game as well. Spread is set to 11. And if you're telling me there's going to be players missing from the Wizards, that just increases the likelihood, obviously, of that happening. Whether all the Wizards players playing or not, I can still see the Suns blowing the Wizards out here, obviously. The Suns have a lot of talent, and if they put it together on a Sunday afternoon, they could certainly blow the Wizards out. Like I said, spread set to 11. Overall, the Suns allow the second fewest rebounds and the 11th fewest assists. So really in both categories, they're pretty solid. We've seen Avia go under his last two games versus the Phoenix Suns with logs of 9 and 8. And here, I just think this line's too high. I like his PRA under as well. The points, having the points in there, I decided, I'm like, because Kuzma is out, points are a little bit more scary. And I don't think they adjusted his number up a crazy amount to necessarily justify the under as much with his points in there. But I still do like the points under as well with the PRA under. But I just like the RAs a little bit more. Because, like I said, I don't think the Suns are going to give out a lot of rebounds with Kevin Durant shooting the ball and stuff like that. So, love it there, guys. For our number one pick, we got Denny Avdia under 12.5 rebounds and assists, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got Miles Bridges under 26.5 points here for the Charlotte Hornets, minus 113 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, we got Bridges under an 8 out of his last 10 games, 9 out of his last 10 at home. So normally if you look at the stat sheet, you'd think, the Pacers aren't the greatest versus power forwards, but recently, really since they traded for Siakam, that's changed. The Pacers allowing the 5th fewest points to power forwards over the last 7 games. So I think people have kind of been overlooking the Siakam trade. That's not one thing I'm going to overlook. I remember when the 76ers played the Pacers in Indiana, a lot of people were hopping on Embiid's overs at like 36.5, and Siakam was in the game, and I was like, not so fast. Siakam's a very good defender, and I think in this spot, this is just too high of a line for Miles Bridges, and a spot where they could get blown out again. Now, we took Bridges' under versus Chicago the other day, and he just ended up going over late in the game. He had 8 at halftime and exploded in the second half, and then immediately went back to going under on the road at the Thunder in a positive matchup for him. So, I think here against the Pacers, I do think he's going to go under for sure. He's under in 7 out of his last 10, 8 out of his last 10 at home without LaMelo Ball. So that's really the big thing why his line is jacked up is without LaMelo Ball, and he's been going under without him. So he's under in 2 for 2 his last 2 games versus the Pacers with logs at 13 and 14, so we like seeing that as well. Like I said, blowout potential in this spot here with the spread set to 9.5 in favor of the Pacers. The Hornets have not been that competitive lately. In a lot of games. They've gotten wiped off the floor. I watched the Knicks wipe them off the floor, the Thunder. They've had a rough go of it. So, obviously, that is very much in play today, especially with the Pacers. I definitely think the Pacers could run them off the floor. So, love it there, guys. For number 2 pick, we got Miles Bridges, under 26.5 points here for the Charlotte Hornets, minus 113 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, we got the Los Angeles Clippers, minus 4 spread here versus the Miami Heat, minus 112 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, we got the Clippers here 7-3 over the last 10 games against the spread, 6-4 last 10 games on the road against the spread. So, overall, they've really been picking it up, early on with James Harden. And that trade, you're wondering if it was going to work. Well, Clippers are 24-5 over the last 29 games. I'd say it's working out just fine. This team has really found himself. Russell Westbrook's found his role off the bench. And this Clippers team is playing really well together. We've already seen them have a decisive 17-point win over the Heat already out in Los Angeles. And really, they started that game kind of slow, but then turned it on and ended up winning going away. And I think here, you just got a Clippers team that's just more complete, and right now playing better basketball, especially of late. We saw the Heat lose 7 in a row, and then they finally got off the schneid. They beat the Kings at home, and then they won on the road at the Wizards in a pretty close game throughout. So I don't have a lot of faith in the Heat. Even watching that Wizards game, I definitely thought the Wizards had a lot of opportunity to win that game. They didn't end up winning it, but The Heat right now, guys, just don't look the part to me. They're 18th in defensive rating over the last 10 games. They're 29th in offensive rating over the last 10. So, really bottom tier in both categories. They have not been great, especially offensively. They have not found it yet with this new lineup with Rozier. So, we'll see what happens. But right now, you got a Clippers team coming in 11th in defensive rating over the last 10 games. First in the last 10 games in offensive rating. Like I said, they are clicking, especially offensively with, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, all these guys, Norman Powell. They got so many weapons, guys. It's just hard to see the Heat being able to stop them. Like I said, the Heat haven't been a great team at home. Just 13-11 for the season at home, 9-15 against the spread at home. So I definitely think the Clips here could take care of business on the road versus a Heat team that just we're not seeing the best of yet. Maybe later on in the season, but Clips are a buzzsaw now, and then the Heat are in the way. So love it there, guys, for our number 3 pick. We got the Los Angeles Clippers, -4 spread here versus the Miami Heat, -112 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got Colin Sexton, over 19.5 points here for the Utah Jazz, -115 odds on BetMGM. So, guys, Sexton here, 8 out of his last 10 to this line, 8 out of his last 10 at home to this line, so we love seeing that. Saw him post 19 points in just 18 minutes earlier this season versus the Bucks. Now, the reason he didn't get to play in the fourth, it was such a huge blowout that he just didn't end up playing late in the game. At one point, I believe the Jazz were up by 40+ in that game. That was one of the most embarrassing losses of the season for the Bucks, obviously. So, didn't see a lot of Sexton late, but obviously when he was out there, he was scoring. And I like him here. If he could get to just 24 minutes, I think he's going to cash this line. When he hits 24+ minutes, he's 82% to this line at home. So when he's in the game, generally he's shooting and he's scoring. We got the spread here set to pick him. So it's supposed to be a competitive game, guys. We don't want to see a blowout, obviously. But like I said, it's supposed to be a competitive game. That's what we're looking for here in this game up in Utah. It's a great matchup for Colin Sexton as well. The Bucks allow the 3rd most points to point guards, the 14th most over the last 7 games. You had the Bucks here traveling on a back-to-back from Dallas last night, coming off that win. We just saw Luka Doncic put up 40 points there for the Mavericks. So I think Sexton to get 20 here, I absolutely love it. The only thing you really have to think about is the minutes. I think, like I said, if he gets to 24+ minutes, which isn't a crazy amount of minutes, he's going to cash the line. I'm pretty confident about that anyway. So, love it there, guys. For our number 4 pick, we got Colin Sexton, over 19.5 points here for the Utah Jazz, -115 odds on BetMGM. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We are almost there. You guys absolutely rock. Your guys' support's been amazing. I just want to say thank you to all you guys. It's been a fun run here at the channel. Hopefully you guys have been making lots of money. I know a lot of you told me you guys have. I hope that obviously continues today. We want to keep that rolling. Things have been going well. We're pretty locked in at the moment, and we're hoping to keep it that way. Like I said, the line movement... Oh! We're doing our For the Sweet Parlay again, guys. We're going to put that up on the screen. For the Sweet Parlay, we are putting 1/10 of a unit on this, as you can see, to win over a unit on this once again. So we could have over a 5-unit day if this hits. We are running that again. So we'll take 1/10 of a unit off, obviously, if the parlay misses. But if it hits, I'm going to add that to our account. So hoping we can get this 4-0 sweep. That'd be awesome. Now, if Sexton lands at 20 points, cashes our straight, and misses our parlay again, I'm going to be very sad. But I was extremely annoyed yesterday because I was looking forward to posting that parlay up, but obviously we missed by 1 in our parlay there on FanDuel. So it is what it is, guys. We're gonna cash today, though. I'm very confident. Make sure you guys are playing your straights. Very important to be doing that. You want to make sure you're making money on 2-1, 3-1 days. You definitely want to be making money those days. So I appreciate all of you, though, guys. Check out our MVP program, though. Like I said, it is a good value. There was a ton of line movement yesterday. Brandon Podziemski, we had him over 3.5 assists at -104. I noticed before game time that moved up to -162 at one point. And then I think just about every line that we had moved. Devin Vassell, like I said, we had him under 31.5 PRAs. That moved all the way to 28.5. 29.5 on most books, at 28.5 on some books, which is wild movement when you think about it. Even the guy that didn't play, Tobias Harris, one of our voided picks, he moved from 27.5 down to 26.5. So just about everything moved, which was kind kind of funny. But the only guy that didn't move, I don't think, was Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, I didn't see any movement really with him. Has stayed about the same all day. He was almost a FanDuel exclusive play for most of the day. I don't know what was going on with the books yesterday, guys. They were just lagging getting stuff out. But anyway, but I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a great Sunday. Happy Sunday, guys. Let's get a 4-0 sweep. We will check you guys next time, and peace out.